There is still selling pressure in the market, guys. We are again today seeing that bears are coming out of the woodwork, and any bounces that we are getting in the market, let it be S&P 500, Nasdaq 100, tech stocks, Tesla, semiconductors, there is some still hidden sell-off happening. At the same time, we are still seeing an important critical zone that, if can stabilize rebounds, has a room of giving us either sideways action or some stabilization in the market. But we have to identify, are the bulls strong here or are the bears strong? So in this video, let's take a look at the tug of war between the bulls and the bears. We'll take a look at the market in this morning update, that is S&P 500, Nasdaq 100. We'll take a look at semiconductors. I'll show you also what Tesla is doing and any other thing as if the time allows. We'll take a look at maybe one or two, some tech stocks as well there. All right. Morning update, a bit of a general update, but you will have a clear understanding of the technicals and where is the market sentiment currently is. So with that, want to let you know, none of this is any financial advice, only for education purposes, just sharing my opinion. Please do your own thing. So S&P 500, as I just said, that area of 732 around this zone of significant level, I have highlighted that with the yellow zone here, has been holding today as well. Let's get to the hourly interval. Okay, now this is the zone that I have said that if we can stabilize the rebound in this zone, there is a room we can set the stabilization this week and we may start to receive at least some strength back again. But for that, we do have a confirmation only above the significant level above, that is 740. We still haven't retested that yet today. Okay, we want to close, it's important, a day in the market at or above 740 for us to gain back the possibility of a strength to the upside. We did see a rebound on the S&P 500, but bears are still coming out of the woodwork, guys. Okay, we did see a rebound again today. Bulls tried to hold that zone, but the bears are still coming from the woodwork, and you can see the sell-off is already continuing. Rebounds are being sold off. Overall structure is still taking precedence. Okay, and we still have overall direction in the hands of the bears here right now. Okay, you can see already a really red sell-off. Bears came out of woodwork now, right? So is this all over? Well, right now the thing is that we want to see how the day closes, but right now, as of time of the price action, yes, the day trade rebound is over again, unfortunately. Okay, if for some reason by the end of the day we do get a close closer to this 740, then we again have a chance, okay, possible stabilization, and only above 740 strength will come back then. Otherwise, no. Right now bears are in control and we are possibly looking at much more right now. Well, the downside is possible. Okay, now also on the front of the Middle East situation, the oil and the war back and forth, that's also not getting any better. So take it as what it is, but market definitely is not in the bullish mode, okay, for where we stand in this price action here right now. Nasdaq 100 in very similar boat like S&P 500. I was able to capture a bit of a bullish trade on this today. Not a big move, but it was something I took quite a late trade. I'll talk about that here in just a moment, but first I want to show you the very zone that we tried to hold. This is the zone of possible. If rebounds can hold here, we have a room for some stabilization, but the thing is that, are we holding those zones? Well, so we did rebound, but then bears are already taking it out. 715 area is what we have to close stronger without losing the yellow zone if we want to see a strength come back in. Otherwise, no, below 714 area and 715 tech, almost in midway of that is the significant level, and below that will still remain in the negativeness. Now, I was able to squeeze out some bullish trade here today. It was a really tough trade though, but I was able to squeeze out for on the call side this particular bit of a trade. I got out here, and then the next move happened. That's okay. Did try to hold again, and but then yeah, right now as you can see, bears came out of the woodwork and market is already taking a beating again. And then here below $700, as if we lose today, unfortunately, yeah, bears will overall structure will keep stay in precedence and importance. If somehow we close a day closer to 715, then only we will have a room for strength to exist, or at least not more bearishness to come. And something like, even if we don't, let's say, go up forever, but you can something expect like this, right? Now otherwise market still remains in the room to slowly and slowly bleed. Now the problem is that for ever bulls, every day you will get some hope, right? That market is getting bought up like in the morning today. But the thing is that slowly and slowly it will bleed, and it's very painful because every day you will feel like this is the bottom, is the buy. Next day gap down, and then a bit of a rebound, you're like this is just buying happening, right? By the time end of the day, it's again slows down. It then either gaps up in the pre-market, you will like, yep, that was the bottom, and then it will again sell off much more. So without even realizing, every day it will give you a false hope in the morning, right? And by the end of the day, it will be a little bit down, not even that drastically down that it really makes you aware, but it will be subtly down. And slowly, by the time you will realize, market would already be at like 637 or so. And then you will look in the perspective that, oh wow, that was quite a big fall. I mean, but anyways, like daily you will not get that sense. That's how tricky the market can be sometimes, especially these indices. But then if you look at it in the bigger picture, that will start to look not good. So anyways guys, that's Nasdaq 100. Let's take a look at semiconductors. We'll then take a look at Tesla as well. So nvidia continues to remain in the negative structure right now, and we are bearish, and 211 212 below will continue to remain bearish. As I said, that still remains the case. nvidia is in the downtrend structure. This is the area I have been calling out, 195 194, and looks like we are, well, actually, yeah, we yesterday got close to that 198, but technically direction still remains to the downside on nvidia, and right now there is no upside on nvidia here, guys. Okay, AMD, again, a rebound did come today. However, that rebound is giving up here, and excuse me, the buying that you saw in the last few hours, again, slowly and slowly it's trickling down, and ship don't change the direction on a dime, guys. It does take some time, and also because there is always the orders would be filled along the ways. When market moves, not all the orders are filled right away, right? Because if there's really a lot of pressure coming, but then if then the volume is less, market makers has the incentive to fill the orders where there is more liquidity, and also where they will stay neutral, because otherwise when speedy orders are coming and there is nothing to fill, market makers have to step in to fill. They're obligated to fill the orders, and they end up taking a position, but they really don't want to be in the position. So whenever they see the opportunity, that okay, there are other orders present where they can unload themselves if they had to, then market does move in that direction, right? So all right, so unfortunately AMD also remains in the weakness, and below yellow zone definitely there is no strength possibility, and definitely below that we will continue to remain in the weakness on AMD there. Okay, so just be mindful of that. Yeah, so let's get to ARM. So ARM is already in the weakness, guys. There is nothing really changed on this thing so far, and even a retest on this will only happen from where we are if we even start to get above 336. That zone was our overall breakage structure. It was a gap zone, that's why it's a special zone a little bit. But as you can see, yesterday also it really rejected at that zone, right? Oops, right over here, and then continued to sell off. Yeah, ARM, there is no upside potential right now as we continue to stay below 337 and 337 and 30 cents area. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of the yellow zone. It has served its purpose. We don't need that anymore. All right, so let's get to now Broadcom. So Broadcom, guys, yep, you already know the story. Been telling you that breakage below 404 will turn it into full on negative, and we may test closer to 360, almost there, and technically that's been the direction. And Broadcom is also negative from our zone over here that I highlighted for you, right? So Broadcom is also in the bearish structure. Let's take a look at Micron, because Micron is still not that bad. Okay, it is still holding some of our zones. Definitely I'm gonna get rid of this zone. It's just adding some confusion here. We don't need that. So let's get to the hourly interval. So this zone came from the intraday strength area or intraday focus area. Okay, but what I want to highlight is that overall structure is still rejecting at the significant level above. You can see today also it rejected right over there. So it's not really back in the strength, so you cannot right now really even look for the play of the retest. Now I have told you this multiple times that if for any reason you didn't get out when the structure started to break up there, right, then these rebounds will be your opportunities, whatever rebound comes. Okay, so these were your opportunities to size down, and right now below unfortunately 956, and we don't need this yellow zone. This was for Monday actually, that was needed. It's not needed anymore because that was for a multi-day or a day of a rebound strength area, but that day has passed. It has done its thing, that zone for us. We don't need that zone anymore. This significant level is what you are using ongoing now for longevity. And as we stay below 956 and 70 cents, we will remain in the negative structure, though multi-day at least. Now definitely the level below right now 862 is a bigger zone of an overall bearishness. Otherwise, yeah, you can expect this thing up here, though it will remain in the weakness below 954, but may also go sideways here. But and yeah, overall though, this is the zone below now, that if we lose that as well, that's your bigger problem right now. Okay, and guys, if you need access to my tools that marks all these levels automatically for you, gives you the structure on how to trade. And for example, if I really quickly show you on Nasdaq 100 how I took that trade on Nasdaq 100 today, guys, let me show you real quick. I use for my, I mean, you can use these tools across all intervals, also easy day and swing trading tool for swing or whatever, however you like, right? So I got the bullish confirmation, played the bullish trade above the cloud, green structure, traded it, right? I sized down some of my position here. Technically, I could have definitely waited until here, but I just was looking at the order book also. And then, as I just said, there is still bearish pressure, even though it had a room to a little bit push up, but there was not much room left. So was it really worth it for me to hold another 5 minutes? Not necessarily. I like to size in and out, and I was happy with whatever I made. But as you can see, this is where the structure then started to turn red, and this is where you get out, right? You just have to follow the structure. You can even size down before if you like. You still made the money, right? I'm still made the money. And then you can see this is where structure broke and red structure, and we are coming down to the cloud again. But the thing is that structure is still red. It's already losing the cloud, so it's not a buy just because it's getting to the cloud. You can see the price action is still red. So my tools will help you in automatic decisions. You don't have to think, you don't have to really, and you can use them for swing, intraday, however your trading style is. Okay, check out the details in the description of this video if you need access to my tools. Okay, now, and I really appreciate and thank you for whoever joins and have joined. Every day we get new members joining, so, and you already know that how useful they are. And yeah, thank you for joining, guys. Okay, so where were we? We were at micron, and you can use these tools across all the stocks, all the instruments. Okay, so that was micron. Let's take a look at sandisk. Sandisk is still strong though, guys. Okay, Sandisk has been still holding this 1575 area, this yellow zone, and thus it still remains in the strength for us. Okay, and you can see it has also a good bounce today at that zone, so it remains in the strength for us. Okay, so yeah, and as if it can close today above right up there also, excuse me, yeah, it will be fine. It will be fine. So overall, as we are not losing 1575, we will be just fine on SanDisk. TSM. TSM unfortunately is, it did try to hold this yesterday, now losing again, and does a little bit concluding it as a lower high. I won't put big chips on TSM below 416. Definitely below that structure will remain to be weaker and negative. So yeah, so it's not looking good. It's also a very slow moving stock. So if you are in TSM, you are in this for a long term, but also I'll suggest if it starts to lose zones, just manage the position. Intel is not becoming a bullish trade, guys, no matter what it does until it gets above 116 area. It's not really looking for any buy position on Intel. Seagate also remains right now. Actually, it's a very at a critical zone. It's a very classic lower high retest, and it's also getting into dipping into the yellow zone 841. So technically below 841, it will remain in the bearish territory. Okay, so yeah, this thing right now is in the multi-day weakness for sure. So yeah, and if we stay below 841, weakness will persist, weakness will continue on this thing. Nibius also, well, Nibius usually I don't talk here, guys. I talk with my members, but definitely below yellow zone 230, it's in the weakness. I'm not gonna go talk Cerebrus here. Definitely you will have to be a member to check out Cerebrus stuff and many other stocks that I talk with my members. I'm just gonna quickly really show you Tesla here as well in this particular video. And Tesla unfortunately is, at least in the near term, it's in the negative structure, continues to be in the negative structure, and right now it's getting to the next zone of 381. But the point is that Tesla also remains in the negative structure for us here. It broke at 415. Rebound came along the ways. As I said, rebound is possible, but then overall structure took precedence on Tesla, and it is still weak and still negative. Also, again, just use the tools, but I'll quickly show you even on the hourly interval here. Tesla, you can see, is below the cloud, and since yesterday's structure is still staying red here, I mean, so you already know what to do, right? That this is for the swing or however multi-day trade, use the hourly interval for that. 5 minutes also a very slow bleed, and Tesla every day is doing these fake outs every day. I am noticing on Tesla that it will do fake outs. It usually doesn't do it, but lately it has been doing every day fake outs. If we zoom in here, there was a bit of a fake out in the morning to the downside and then went up, and then thereafter it has been doing fake outs to the upside, and then it's going down. But if you have access to my tools, you know where to buy, where to sell, where to do the risk management. Like for example, easy day and swing trading tool. If I show you here on Tesla yesterday, let's turn it on, my tool, you know that this is what I was explaining to my members as well yesterday, that yes, this is bullish trade here. There is no denying it. You won't even know the market orders here or limit orders. Big players will not populate the order book ahead of time. Why would someone want to let the other side know what the intentions are, or where the big sellers are, or where the buyers are, vice versa, right? Market doesn't know that when the price gets here there will be a flood of sell orders. No one knows, market doesn't know. And so you are trading it accurately. Let's put it in perspective, a bullish trade here, that's what you are doing. That's what market also knows. But when market tells you that as we lost the cloud, my tools takes everything into account, guys, automatically for you, the data, the real time, everything. And then market tells you, okay, no, sellers are stepping in, big orders are coming in, below the cloud already structure is breaking. That's where you take your stop loss. Take your stop loss, pivot your position, and you will make your money back. But it's important you trade with the market. You stay with the market price action, and you can see such a big move we got in the structure. Now, without my tools, this is very complicated to understand where to buy, where to sell, where to have a stop loss. With the tools, you have clear understanding what to do. And then, yes, we did get a rebound for the last half of the day. You can trade this. I personally don't like trading the last half of the day, but if you are that type of a trader, you can also trade a bullish rebound back to the cloud. My tools will tell you everything. Without the tools, you have no clue where to buy, where to sell, what would happen. And it also came at a significant level marked by my tools automatically for you, right? The structure change. Now, even today, and this is what I'm also saying, that early on few minutes, Tesla right now is doing quite a fake outs. um, Bears are definitely coming out of the woodwork, and as you can see, even in the morning little bit, it was in the strengthful structure building it up, and then it lost it. But that's your bearish trade below the cloud and red structure. Right now there is no green structure coming, so you continue to hold your bearish position in this case, and you are in the green already. I can tell you that I didn't trade Tesla today, I traded Nasdaq 100. I already told you what I did with that. Guys, my tools, if you need them, details are in the description of this video. Many members join monthly and then they move over onto yearly or 2 years membership on the tools, because there is a discount, a heavy discount on the yearly and 2 years membership. But monthly will allow you to try it out, all right, and then you can save money by moving on to the yearly or 2 years membership. 2 years membership is just started, but it's a very heavy discount that you get. Many members have been asking for that, and finally we brought it for those members. And anyone can join, but that's a 2 years commitment also, but the discount is also more than 50%. Yes, 50% discount. All right, guys, trade with, and it's not even that costly. Trade with the proper understanding of the market. Tools helps you in all of that, and definitely you will get the onboarding videos as well. Okay, now with that, that's all in this morning update. Another video comes out in the when the market closes, and afterwards we'll take a look at the price action. So subscribe and hit the like, hit the notification bell so that you are notified whenever the video comes out. And with that, I'll see you in my next videos. Take care, guys. Bye.